I was really, really happy when I heard that because agriculture is the backbone of the country, and here is a company which is working for the benefit of the agriculture and for the benefit of the farmers. So I don't want to take much time. I'd like to hand over the session to the MSc to take over, and looking forward, sir, for your beautiful introduction to the students. Thanks.
Thank you, ma'am, for your heartfelt and beautiful address.
It's my great honor to welcome our chief guest, Mr. A.S. Somasundram, sir, an accomplished professional with full decades of investigation with his HR management and environment, health and safety management. Mr. Somasundram, sir, have postgraduate degree in ME Industrial Safety Engineering and MBA in Financial Management from Central University, Puducherry. PG Diploma in Operations Management from IGNOU. Certifications in Labor Law, Advanced Human Resources Management and Sustainability for Indian Business. Mr. Somasundram, sir, is currently serving as the HR and EMS lead at Aqua Group, the manufacturer of EXMO and acoustic pump in Coimbatore. Not only this, but sir has held several key options in reputed organizations, that is, Senior Manager at HR and Training at Webtech Corporation, Deputy Manager at Education, Training and Total Employment Involvement at Lucas TVS Limited, Assistant Manager at Training at Magna Electrocasting Limited, Coimbatore, Industrial Engineering at the Coimbatore Polytechnic Company, Instructor in Mechanical Engineering at Pallavan Polytechnic, Kandipuram. Mr. Somasundram, sir, is also an accredited auditor and assessor holder multiple prestigious certificates that are EHS Assessor from CII India, Certificate Energy Auditor from the Bureau of Energy Efficiency, Government of India, Lead Auditor of Occupational Health and Safety 18001, Internal Auditor of ISO TS 16949, Automotive Quality Management and ISO TS 22163, International Railway Industry Standards, Certified Professionals in Climate Change and Environmental Sustainability. Sir has delivered guest lectures in renowned institutions including PST Tech, Karpagal University, Christ Engineering College, Puducherry, Sri Venkateshwara Engineering College, Vilpuram, and Webtech University, Chennai. And sir has conducted impactful training sessions in areas such as team building and leadership development, self-development and motivation, energy conservation and management, environmental health and safety management, total quality of product maintenance, hydraulic human and production management. Beyond his professional and academic contributions, Mr. Somasundram sir has been actively involved in quality control service and circle improvement teams activity. During his tenders and work on TVS, and sir has served as a guide for QFNC Chennai. Mr. Somasundram sir excels through his unwavering commitment to employee development, industrial growth, best experience, academic leadership, and passion for contributing improvement make him an inspiring and professional and student alike. A great applause to our chief guest, Mr.
Now we request our Professor Dr. K. Malanani, Director in charge of BSME, to present the moment of token of love to our esteemed chief guest, Mr. A. S. Somasundram, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
It's over to you, sir. The stage is yours.
பாரதிய யூனிவர்சிட்டி உள்ள நுழைப்புல இந்திய முடிதல் வேண்டும், நல்லவே என்ன வேண்டும், இந்திய நெஞ்சம் வேண்டும், நல்ல அறிவு வேண்டும், பண்ணிய பாவம் எல்லாம் பண்ணிய போல நந்தியை வந்து நசிந்தேற வேண்டும். அற்புதமான பாரதியார் பாடல் அது. எல்லா இடத்துலையும் எக்ஸிபிட் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க யூனிவர்சிட்டி நுழைவு. இதெல்லாம் சரி நம்ம சொல்லணும். சொன்னோம்னா நமக்கு to be invited into our mind so that our thought process will be fight through for the betterment of the society as well as for the generations to come. See, the topic sustainability is there, the point of all over the world. Today it is a talk, especially here from industries, knowingly or unknowingly exploit the earth, Mother Earth. Take the case of, we have biggest bounty in agriculture. In India, the technology what we have is the number one, but we require more iron ore for that. Okay, we need sand. The sand is coming from somewhere near Guru in Andhra, and the clay, some sort of clay that we call it as bentonite, that is coming from somewhere from Gujarat, Tikau, the material, and the coal powder that is coming from Australia. Right? So using this we make mold and we make castics. Right? So today in business, the whole world is a variation. You have to get material from any part of the world. In the same way, we manufacture castics, we make parts, and we supply to US, the most place, the other part of the earth. We claim to be in the eastern part of the world, the western part of the world we supply. So in this, today the concept is the climate change, and we are talking about carbon footprint, net zero, so many topics. Because the earth was very, very stable in the climate condition for about more than 8,000 years, uniformly till 1995. After that, temperature is getting shoot up, even 0.5 degrees Celsius will shoot up. It will create so much trouble in the environment. Okay? So, it's around 2 degrees Celsius shoot up. It creates so many troubles. That is the thing we will discuss today. Today we, for the total session will be around 2 hours. We'll have some short videos, and it is related to the current scenario. And the intervention of people is most important. We are one among various living beings. There are so many millions of living beings are there. Even in the sea itself, the water body itself, they claim millions of living beings are there. Here, one among the millions or even billion. Okay, but we create so much, interventions or troubling others because of our intelligence or innovations, whatever the case may be. Right? So there are people who are creating great things also. One way people are damaging, the other way people are correcting it. So we will see some examples for all the things. and how we can correct and how we can give the safe place for other generations to come. That is the most important. Sustainability, the word sustainability means creating stability, not creating disturbance. That is important. In Tamil, we call it Niraitha. So, how we came to earth to give, the same way we have to give it back to the other society, other people, generations to come, maybe hundreds of years, thousands of years, millions of years. Okay? So, introduction by individuals. Here is a lake, Victoria, in the world map. So you will see the blue color and some sort of soil color for land and blue color for water. Among the land area, this lake Victoria, you can see the map, the world map. Right? In world map, what will be the size of Japan? It will be a line, some sort of a line. In the world map, you can see this lake, and it is covered by Uganda, India, and Tanzania, 3 countries of Africa. And this lake Victoria is claimed to be one of the second biggest lake. Okay. You can see the volume is 2,760 cubic kilometers of water, and surface area 68,870 square kilometers. It is more than around 20 times bigger than the size of Singapore. And it is like 20 Singapores are there with the lake. The depth is, the mean depth is 40 meters, maximum depth is 80 meters. And the age for the lake is around 1 lakh years, around 1 lakh years. That's what it means. Okay. So, the freshwater lake in the Olympic world. So, it has suffered the highest rate of vertebrate species extinction. In this lake, say 100 years back, somebody will be doing some fishing now. Right? One gentleman who visited, normally people go for a hobby of fishing. Right? So, this lake was having a species called tilapia. The fish is going to be very small in size, and the native fish of this lake, and is very tasty. The people in these countries, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, they used to fish. They have economical development. They used to sell it and make good money out of this fish. But it's very small in size. And a person who has gone for a fishing there, he felt the size of the tilapia is very small. So he introduced a new species to the lake. The name of Nile perch, that is bigger in size, which can grow to an extent of even a ton of a weight. Okay, he introduced that. Normally, what will happen? Fish will eat what in the water? Another fish, right? Now, people, there's fish called goldfish. Bigger goldfish will eat a smaller goldfish. Cobra, right? There's a king cobra. Why? The cobra is called king cobra. Is it having any land to rule? Okay? As a kingdom to rule? No. It is king cobra because it will eat only cobras. It will not eat other species. It will eat the cobras. That's why it's called a king cobra. Very powerful, very highly poisonous. Okay. So this Nile perch used to eat other fishes, especially tilapia. So this lake is covered by full green, full of trees, very big trees, which will hold the soil. Soil will be locked by trees. That's the purpose. So the moment that the Nile perch has been introduced, and it started eating tilapia, none of the fish will come and ask the Nile perch to eat, right? So it want to escape from the prey, correct? So it want to escape, so it will go to the deep inside. So there are algae. Algae means some sort of greenery being growing in the water also. So when it goes inside, the algae are controlled by other beings, like snails, kind of watery elements when animals eat the algae. That will control the green things and oxygen, develop oxygen requirement in the water. The moment the tilapia, like the fishes gone dead, the algae have grown. Because the Nile perch will eat other living beings in the water. So the algae are not controlled. So algae have grown. And it is also has life. So it will be create some bacterial growth. It will damage the oxygen requirement in the water for the fishes to live in the depth. So again the tilapia have come up outside. So again they are all to some extent it became extinct. Right? So only the fisherman what they will do? If tilapia is not there, other fish he will catch, he will sell. So he started catching this Nile perch which is bigger in size. Okay. So he will do marketing for the unsold fishes will be done what? If fishes are not sold by the fisherman, what they will do? The unsold fishes. Yes. It will become covered, right? Dry fish. So they have to dry it in the shore of the lake. Correct? So if the size of the fish is small, it is very easy. Sunlight itself is enough to dry it. The size of the fishes are okay, after kilogram, what they will do. So they have to create a artificial heat by cutting trees. So what happened? First, because of the small fishes, it is easy, the greenery around the lake was maintained. Because of this Nile perch, they started cutting the tree. So if you cut the trees, soil erosion will start. So slowly the economy has fallen. So it is because of one person who introduced the Nile perch into the lake. You understand what I am telling? So overall, அந்த ஏரியில ஒரு வகையான மீன் இன்ட்ரோடியூஸ் பண்ணதுனால the whole lake or damaged, the economy of the three countries were collapsed. Today the poorest part of the world is Africa. Once they were rich, if you see the economy in 1960s, they are rich countries. Okay, so it is collapsed. So, what we spoke about, the other person, so he created damage. The other person was gentleman. So he is an Indian.
Obat menyebab sampai juga jadi orang sangat ini bisa jadi istilah kalau belajar pasti itu ya boleh itu sok kali ya kami itu उसके बाद रंगन टाइगर आ गया, राइनो आ गया, एलिफेंट आ गया। यार इसके लिए 8% डॉक्टर एलपी स्कूल में चलेगा। एक लड़का एडमिशन लेकर एक पेज उठने पड़ेगा, एक जब इंगेजमेंट मेरा फैमिली जैसे है, ये परिस्थिति मेरे हमारे उनके साथ कोई भी बातचीत में ये गोष्ठ पापा के लिए हम बात tu tahu baju rumah pisau doa lagi dan bego juga itu kami di pisau pakai itu dengan pisau pakai bego
So this Jadhav Bhya from Assam, very ordinary one. He started planting 3 a day, one sapling a day. From 1979, he made a forest of 1,360 acres. 1,360 acres. Around a doubling of Balagar University, a single person. And see, to save this island, it took him 30 years. It's called Malay Forest. It is there even today. Many tourists visit that forest. Planting tree at the age of 16. Every day, that is the only task for it. Without becoming famous, his forest now home of 110 elephants, 4 to 6 Royal Bengal tigers. On the Rhino. Okay? So it is there. And this gentleman, even lost his own home. He knows everything, the sensibility. So Sika was there, Puri was there, elephant is approaching his area, he knows it. Because he can speak to trees. Okay, to that extent. So if you know that some, elephant is approaching, you will not disturb the elephant. Instead, he will lose his house. He has lost a few houses he built there, and his own in the forest itself for the benefit of elephants and everything. He got Padma scheme, very recently he got. Okay. So ultimately, this is some sort of sloka written thousands of years back. It is like Dasakopa Sama Vapi. Dasavapi Samo Rudaha. Dasahoda Sama Putraha. Dasaputra Samo Drumaha. Means the meaning goes like this. A pond, we call it as food type, not food type. A pond, one pond is equal to 10 well of the canal. Okay. And the 10 ponds equal to one lake, bigger lake. Okay. And one 10 lakes is equal to one son or one putra, son or daughter, whatever it is. And one tree is equal to 10 putras. So, this is not the value. They have written Nasya Purana, the Avadana Kriya, the Avadana Kriya. So, the importance of tree. Tree is the one that gives everything for everybody. Okay? So, oxygen, you have seen in your life the value of oxygen during Corona, COVID. Right? It is available free of cost, abundantly available. But the purity is achieved only by trees. So the importance of trees, he made that Jadhav made trees and he created a forest. Okay. So these trees are being cut, and whatever the mineral oil we have, whatever coal we have, all these things because of trees that has been collapsed or formed, thick carbon sediments millions of years ago. Okay, that's a weakness, right? So where is the best coal is available in the world? Now coal, ranked as A, B, C, D, E. Okay, A type is claimed to be one of the best. Right? We have a Navy, right? We have some Navy corporate, Indian corporate, we get. You know what is the quality out of this A, B, C, D in that? You know that? It is between C and D. So AB available only in Australia and Africa. There are more heat, more chillness are possible in various times. And we import a huge amount of coal from Australia. Australia blocks we don't have electricity. Okay, very difficult because India is more than 60%. However, more than 60% area, more than 80% is coal-fired thermal power plants. Oh, it's okay. Better we are going for renewable energy resources. So all these things are because of trees and other things. The temperature raised because of burning of fossil fuels. Fossil fuels include coal, coke to petroleum products. When did Maruti come to India? 80s. Okay, 1985 has been established. Before 1985, India there were only two brands of cars. One is Fiat, the other one is Ambassador by Hindustan Motors. That's Birla company. Okay, and in those days, buying a car is not easy. If you have money, you cannot get a car. You have to wait. You have to pay advance. You have to wait at least 2 to 3 years. Okay. Only after 1985, and that too the pickup of selling of cars started only in 1990 in India. After 1991, LPG. What is LPG? It is liquid petroleum gas for your kitchen. Or what is LPG for APA? So it started during 91 to 96. The period of Narasimha Rao. Narasimha Rao was the Prime Minister and Manmohan Singh was Finance Minister. So LPG was as put in practice in India. Because of that, many automotive industry started coming. And the automotive industries are the big business in the world. Okay, you tell you any company is there in India today. Okay, so started coming. When was the oil invented, petroleum product invented? Any right? You got petrol, right? Petrol, diesel, kerosene. When did we get? How many years back? Just tell a number. Always wisdom of crowd is powerful. You tell any number, make it as an average, the answer will be there, very near. And the wisdom of the crowd. Okay. How many years back? 100 years back? Okay, 100 years. It means 1925, that's what he's telling. What's your choice? 50 years back. So he's telling 50 years back. Maruti is 40 years old in India. Okay. Anyway, 50 years. So 150, what about your choice? 50. I am around 50 years old. Okay. When I was, there was kerosene. You know, in India itself. You know, first, where was it invented, do you know? You have any idea? Petroleum by digging, drilling. You know, what we get is there through refinery, you know, through a rigging process we get. Means we go to sea around 150 kilometers away from the shore. We create a platform in the sea itself. Okay. And people will make, like borewell, they make trees. They take to some 3 or 4 kilometers. They pump the crude. The crude will go to refinery, through sea or through some pipeline. In that they make so many layers, out of which petroleum, kerosene, and ATO. What is ATO? Aviation turbine fuel used for aircrafts. It's also type of kerosene. Okay. Diesel and mineral oils, you know, lubricants, so many types of oils are coming. Even asphalt, what we call tar, to make the roads, is also part of crude. Okay. So first crude, first drilled oil has come only in 1887. Sorry, 1887. Okay. The first drill they made in the US. How many years back? So 125 plus 30. Around 140 years. In 140 years we consume all oil. The reserve, whatever the crude available now, is there for the next 30 years. After that, crude will not be there. They have consumed them. You know, they started drilling and consumed left and right, exploited like anything, till 1960. In the 1960, you know, an organization was formed, it's called OPEC, Organization for Petroleum Exporting Countries. Okay. That OPEC has its own control. Right? We were governing body, Economic Council. The OPEC as a controlling organization of drilling and pumping oil. So they will put a limit. You should not drill more, you should not pump more, you should not spend more. So that the organization can survive for long. Okay. Then the control over the consumption of petroleum products has been set up. Till then, the consumption of petroleum products was extraordinary. They started polluting the whole world at that time. Okay. So what will happen when we walk in the Avinashi Road or Anasali in Chennai, we get tired. Unless if you walk all along your university, the backside, backyard of your university, full of greenery is there, you will not get tired, right? Because your lungs are not loaded when you are walking within your university. Whereas if you walk in Avinashi Road or Metropolitan Road or some other roads, there are plenty of vehicles are running. Here and there, you will get tired because your lungs are loaded. The purity of oxygen is not there. Okay. So, when we started consuming more petrol products, the concentration of carbon dioxide in the environment has gone up. So, which was very uniform before 1900s. Once we started consuming these petrol products, it got disturbed. Because of that, these issues started. Ozone layer depletion, global warming, and loss of biodiversity. So very recently also, news has come, and Madhya Pradesh, the number of donkeys were lost 90% plus. Okay, the number of donkeys are not in five digit now, it is 4 digit in Madhya Pradesh. In the news. Okay, donkeys are also very important part of our society. Where they were used for logistics, goods carrier. We have goods carrier today. Earlier days, donkeys were used to transfer goods from one place to other place. And ozone layer Ozone is nothing but a molecule of oxygen, O3. Regular oxygen we call it O2. Ozone is O3. It forms and get destroyed regularly. In the night it will get destroyed, in the daytime it will form again. No, sorry. In the daytime it will be destroyed, in the night it will form again. Uniformly it will form and destroy. And then it was happening. And global warming happening because of greenhouse gases. You know what is greenhouse gases? Why we call it as a green gas? Mother Nature says green planet. What do we call? What is the temperature of our body? What is the standard temperature of our body? 98.4 degree Fahrenheit. If you convert it into degrees Celsius, it is nearly equal to 37 degrees Celsius. Okay. So what is the temperature in and around? In Coimbatore, Malapati, the average temperature is 25 to 28 degrees Celsius. Right? If you go to London or any other countries which is in the upper part of the earth, it is less than 10 degrees Celsius. You go to Arctica, Antarctica kind of, it is always in minus. Okay? So, but the average temperature in the earth is around 8 to 9 degrees Celsius. That's how it is. Okay? Where the temperature is more than 20 degrees, the germination of people, the germination of living beings will be more. That is why in tropical countries the population is high. India population is high because the temperature is more. Okay, germination is more. So, the global warming is happening because the greenhouse gases concentration, especially the CO2 concentration, has gone up because of the burning of fossil fuels. You understand what I am telling? How many cars are being sold per day in India? The area? How many cars? How many two-wheelers are being sold? Sure, how many? 90 are here? 90 people are here? How many of you are owning two-wheeler? Just raise your hand. Or you are using two-wheeler? What about owning? Nobody is ready? कितने बड़ी के two-wheeler होते हैं? The college is learning la, two-wheeler learning la. We are all staying in hostels. How many of you are staying in hostel? Very good. Okay. So, thank you. When we were studying in school, it is between 90s, before 90s, between 1980s to 1990s. So the whole of school, the faculty, teachers are there, for 20 teachers are there, you find only one two-wheeler. Maybe a headmaster will come. That too, the two-wheeler will be very ordinary, TVS, now TVS XL, TVS 50, that is the costliest two-wheeler. Okay, today, you go to any engineering college, there are hundreds of two-wheelers, hundreds of cars. Okay, at least 10,000 to 15,000 cars are being manufactured in India every day. Around 50,000 two-wheelers are being manufactured per day in India. Think of how many vehicles have come, how much fuel is being consumed for travel, how much CO2 is added into the atmosphere. If you consume 1 liter of petrol, it will add around 2.8 kilograms of CO2 into the environment. Understand? One tree, comfortably grown tree, will take only 24 kilograms of CO2 per year. You understand what I am telling? How many of you do not know third year? how many of you do not know Tamil? யாருக்கு இங்க தமிழ் தெரியாது? Is there match? Will you know Tamil? How many of you know Tamil here? So, 1 liter petrol எரிச்சோம்னா 2.8 kilograms or 10 liters petrol, அதாவது 400 கிலோமீட்டர் பைக்ல போனீங்கன்னா நீங்க 28 கிலோகிராம் CO2 அட்மாஸ்பியர்ல போடுறீங்க. ஒரு வருஷம் 15 வயசான மரம் அந்த CO2 சாப்பிடும். அப்போ நீங்க ஒரு வருஷத்துக்கு 4000 கிலோமீட்டர் வழி ஓட்டுறீங்கன்னா, ஓகே, how much you will reach 4000 கிலோமீட்டர் வழி. நான் சொல்றது 40 கிலோமீட்டர் அந்த பைக் ஓடணும். பெட்ரோல் இது ஓடுதுன்னா 4000 கிலோமீட்டர் ஓட்டுறீங்கன்னா 100 லிட்டர் பெட்ரோல் செலவு பண்ணுங்க சார். 100 லிட்டர் பெட்ரோல் செலவு பண்ணி நீங்க CO2 2800 கிலோ யூஸ் பண்ணுங்க. ஓகே, 2800 கிலோ நீங்க CO2 பண்ணீங்கன்னா மினிமம் 100 மரம் 15 வயசான மரம் நீங்க வச்சிருக்கணும். சொந்தத்துக்கு வச்சிருக்கணும். நீங்க யூஸ் பண்ண CO2 யூஸ் பண்ண இது ஒன்லி ஃபார் பெட்ரோல். அப்புறம் நம்ம சாப்பிடுறோம், அப்புறம் நம்ம மூச்சு விடுறோம். கரெக்டா இல்லையா? வாட் யூ டேக்? We take food. Food is made up of mostly carbohydrates. Carbohydrates nothing but carbon and hydrogen. Carbohydrates, carbon will, also we take through breath, we take oxygen. Okay. The food will இருக்கிற கார்பனையும் ஆக்சிஜன் மிக்ஸ் பண்ணி CO2 ரிலீஸ் பண்ணும். Or sometimes methane in the back. Okay. And we take hydrogen for our energy. Okay, hydrogen is energy. Okay, sun is made up of what? Sun is made up of only hydrogen. Okay. This is our theory. So we release if you consume more food also, more rice, especially if you take more rice, you release more CO2. Okay, the same way dress. The same way coffee, tea, dress material is made up of some material. For them to be consumed so much in the industry, we have reason for the delivery CO2. So if CO2, because of the CO2, the global warming is shooting up. Okay, and loss of biodiversity. We are humans. We can have a very good house. We can have air conditioners. Everything we can make. How other beings, like the road, stray dogs are there. Do they have shelters? Stray dogs will be there. All of association போய் தங்கிக்கிறாங்க. அவங்க ஏதாவது ஏர் கண்டிஷன் room. Nothing. When the temperature shoot up, they don't know how to survive. Water இருந்தா water இல்லனா இல்ல அவ்வளவுதான். So they get the skin disease. You can see many stray dogs are with the disease. Okay. So over a period of time, it will extinct. காணாமலே போயிடும். அன்னப்பறவை நம்ம பேசுறாங்கல்ல, அன்னப்பறவை என்ன பண்ணோம்? வாழையில தண்ணியும் பிரிச்சிடும் அப்படிலாம் நம்ம படிச்சிருக்கோம். யாராவது அன்னப்பறவை காட்ட முடியுமா? ஹம்சவேணி, ஹம்சா அப்படின்னா அன்னப்பறவை. கரெக்டா இல்லையா? இதெல்லாம் ஒன்லி தீவிர ஜுராசிக் பார்க் பார்த்தோம். அது ஒரு பெரிய டைனோசர்ஸ் எல்லாம் பார்த்தோம். அதெல்லாம் இருக்கா இப்போ? அதெல்லாம் இல்ல. எப்பவுமே எக்ஸ்டிங்க்ட், காணாம போயிடும். கரெக்டா இல்லையா? நிறைய ஜீவன்கள் இந்த மாதிரி காணாம போயிட்டே இருக்கு. அதுக்காக loss of biodiversity. This is because environmental issues. They're all created by petrol products. Okay. அதுக்கு அந்த பெட்ரோல் ப்ராடக்ட்ஸ் எலிமினேட் பண்ணி அதுக்கு பதிலா ஆல்டர்னேட்டிவ் ஃபியூவலோ ஆல்டர்னேட்டிவ் என்விரான்மெண்டல் ஃப்ரெண்ட்லி எனர்ஜி கொண்டு வந்தாலுடைய we cannot survive for long. Okay, that is the purpose of sustainability. So you have to sustain without taking future generations energy. Okay, we see the definition here. So ozone depletion is like this. So Earth atmosphere is divided into three regions. Troposphere first 10 kilometers, stratosphere above 10 kilometers and up to 50 kilometers, mesosphere above 50 kilometers up to 130 kilometers, height from Earth. Here is the height. Okay. Normally the flight will run between the top above 9 kilometers and within 11 kilometers. So flight the map flights are running here. This is Mount Everest. What is the height of Mount Everest? This is the highest peak point in the world. 8,848 meters. It means around 9 kilometers. Okay. So that is the troposphere. Okay. So in the in the stratosphere, troposphere meeting point, the ozone layer will be. Okay. The thickness of ozone layer itself will be say 1 kilometer to 5 kilometers. But that is being destroyed. Is what the graph, this picture shows. There is a hole. The hole in a water bottle. Hole of 50 kilometers diameter. So the ozone layer only filters ultraviolet rays comes out of sun and it saves us. When direct heat comes, the ozone layer illana, the ultraviolet rays will come directly and affect us. When it touches, we cannot survive. It's like welding பண்ணுவாங்க வெல்டிங் அந்த ஆர்க் வெல்டிங் பண்ணுவாங்க எலக்ட்ரிசிட்டி யூஸ் பண்ணி ஒரு மாதிரி ரொம்ப வெளிச்சம் அதை டைரக்டா பார்க்கக்கூடாது பார்த்தா உடனே அவங்க நைட் வர தூக்கிடுவாரு கண்ணில் வந்து யாரோ ஒருத்தர் ஃபைல் வச்சு பேச மாதிரி இருக்கும் ஃபைல்லாம் தெரியும் இல்லையா அதான் சொல்லுவாங்க இருந்தெல்லாம் திக்க யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க ஆர் எவரி ஷீட் சாண்ட் பேப்பர் வச்சு ஒருத்தர் கண்ணில் தேய்ச்சா அப்படி தெரியும் ஒரு இன்ஜெக்ஷன் will be irritating like this because the effect of ultraviolet rays. So that ultraviolet rays on the disturb பண்றதுனால the ozone layer வந்து it creates a hole. So this is how ultraviolet light comes out of sun. It dissolves the formation of O3, dissipation of destruction of O3. Both are taking place. So ozone is formed when oxygen molecule absorbs ultraviolet radiation at a wavelength less than 240 nanometer. The wavelength 240 nanometer irundhuchuna form and destroyed when it absorbs ultraviolet radiation wavelength greater than 290 nanometer. So 290 nanometer விட அதிகமா இருந்தா destroy ஆயிடும். 240 கூட இருந்ததுன்னா form. So cyclic process taking place. And it survived. Recently, seasonal thinning of ozone layer at the south pole of the Earth was found. This phenomenon is called ozone hole. That is because of the Earth become warm. Why? There are global, greenhouse gases. These greenhouse gases will hold some heat. The heat hold பண்ண முடியல அயன் பாக்ஸ்லாம் பண்ண ஹோல்ட் பண்றோம் வாட்டர்ல வந்து ஹோல்ட் பண்றோம் அதனால you can take the heat and in the hot water you can hold for a while. Okay, like that the greenhouse gases like the carbon dioxide, even water particles, humid water particles, water vapor, and methane, sulfur oxide, nitrous oxide. These are all greenhouse gases. These gases hold the heat and it keeps the earth warm. Earth warm illana nammala enna panna mudiyum? Namma irukka mudiyadhu. Our body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. The temperature is lesser, Say it is 20, it is very comfortable. You feel cool, comfortable. If it is 48, what will happen? If the atmospheric temperature is 48, you keep sweating. Body no problem. The 38 degrees is common for a person in Japan, in US, London, in Venezuela, in Greenland, in Denmark, in Australia, in New Zealand, anywhere in the world, the body temperature of human is standard. You have to maintain that. If the atmospheric temperature is so cool, you should have woolen fabric to maintain the temperature. Right? So, the atmospheric temperature must be kept uniform. For that, the greenhouse gases are very important. If greenhouse gases are not there, you cannot survive. If the greenhouse gases are more, it will be warming, more warm. So, certain living beings or the energy provided cannot survive. That's the problem. Okay. So, in the way marks is a science. So, these are the difference. The ice glaciers become water. These are not required for uniform life. For the last 100 years, it is getting warmer and warmer. Unlike previous 8,000 years when the temperature is constant. The present temperature is 0.3 to 0.6 degrees warmer than it was 100 years ago. Only 0.6 degrees Celsius. You know, the presentation has been made, this particular slide has been made around 7 years back. In the 7 years, it is 0.6 become 0.8 or 0.9 now. You understand the difference? So that is why people are talking about climate change today. People expect the rain in the month of, say, April, but it comes in May or in February. Hyderabad is no way connected to sea, but it gets flooded. Because rain is pouring. Down pour. They use the word down pouring. What is down pouring means? Very recently, Wayanadu got problem, no? Down pouring means what? In Chennai in 2015 rain, so you know Chennai was flooded. You remember? 2015, you might be in school. In Tamara, Tamara is a very important place. Okay, south Chennai. One day they get a rain of 100 centimeters. The normal rainfall in that area is 60 centimeters per year. ஒரு வருஷத்துக்கு அந்த இடத்துல 60 சென்டிமீட்டர் மழை பெய்யும். ஆனா ஒரு நாள் 24 மணி நேரத்துல 100 centimeters means 1.5 years of rain poured in one day. That is called downpouring. That is because of climate change. Okay, so it may happen even in Coimbatore. So like this happened in Hyderabad. Sometimes it happens in Bangalore. Very recently it has happened in Uttarakhand. Okay, Dehradun, right? So many, soil erosion, everything has taken place. Okay, that is because of the difference. So, ice glaciers are most important to save our drinking water. Ice glaciers are meant the water level in the sea will go up. Because of that, we will lose the land bank. Already we are with the 29% of land that will be lost. Okay. So the GHG, this is the greenhouse gases causing global warming. That's because of CO2. The key GHG, CO2 is a greenhouse gas, that is the reason behind the global warming. CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons, which were used in air conditioners earlier, not now. Now they have gone for HCFCs, hydrochlorofluorocarbons. That is 10 times lower damage to the environment. Very small quantity are significant contributors to global warming. volumes of CO2 increases in atmosphere by 2 human causes versus combustion of fossil fuel changes in land use. So we are the reason for it, not other beings. Okay, we disturb the total system. So these are the greenhouse gases: carbon dioxide, CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, methane, ozone, and nitrous oxide. Other oxides also there. These are the major greenhouse gases. Okay. So major contributor is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide effect ரொம்ப கம்மி தான். Right? Like methane, if one gram of methane, அதனோட global warming effect வந்து 20 times higher than the CO2. இது புரியுதா? அப்படின்னா என்னன்னா, for example, I am telling you, if a CO2 can carry 1 kilogram of heat, 1 kilogram of methane can carry 20 kilogram of heat. You understand the difference? That much heat effect it has. Whereas this chlorofluorocarbons is more than 100 times damage. 100 times damage than CO2. Okay. But CO2 is released abundantly in the environment by all the human activities. Take anything, you could be using LPG. LPG is, here LPG is liquid petroleum gas. 1 kg, 1 kilogram of LPG generates around 3.8 kilogram of CO2. Okay? So unnecessarily if we heat water, drinking water will require one tumbler of drinking water, say 250 ml. You have to eat only 250 ml. You should not, heat more than a liter and take it 200 ml. The rest will cool down. Where the heat will go to? சுடுதண்ணி சூடு பண்றீங்க, 1 லிட்டர் ஹீட் பண்றீங்க, ஒரு டம்ளர் குடிக்கிறீங்க, say 200 ml you consume. The balance 800 ml from 40 degree to 20 degree. The heat where will go? தண்ணி சூடான தண்ணி சில்லாத சூடு எங்க போகும்? Atmosphere only. So what happens? உங்களுக்கு தேவையானது ஒரு டம்ளர் வாட்டருக்காக 1 லிட்டர் ஹீட் பண்றதுக்கு ஃபியூவலை கன்சியூம் பண்றீங்க. அந்த ஃபியூவல் எங்க இருந்து வரும்? Say it should come from Saudi Arabia, Iran or Iraq or from Russia. Okay. எங்கேயோ இருக்கிற பூமிக்குள்ள இருந்து கொண்டு வந்து வெளியில கொண்டு வந்து சூடு பண்ணுறீங்க. You don't know the effect. AC is working here. It takes heat out of this room. Throws there. எங்க போகும்? அந்த இங்கிருந்து போற ஹீட் எங்க போகும்? Will it go to moon or Jupiter? It will go to Earth only. Maybe next to the road, next to the building and so on. So heat will flow from hot body to cold body. That's what thermodynamic law. Okay. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. That is law of conservation of energy. So, if you take energy, you have to, whatever energy may heat generated, it should be thrown to the atmosphere. So, when you heating up something, you should be careful. Okay? So, because of this, because of the temperature rise, global temperature rise, we spoke around the 20th century, 0.6 degrees Celsius the temperature shooted up. It created strong evidence that most of the observed warming over the last 50 years caused by human activity. So the climate change study will happen by taking average temperature change of 30 years. TV la neenga weather control paakreengala. So weather report is meant for 48 hours. Whereas climate change study is meant for 30 years after 1 day or 2 days. So indiki climate change study panna 30 varsham kachi eppadi irundhu sollu. So that's what 1960s, 1970s every சொல்லி இப்போ 1919 வந்தது. So when we were child, we have seen water always in the river. Do you see in all rivers water? It is very rare. In Tamil Nadu, you can see only water in Kaveri and in Tamarabar. Other rivers are dry always. Okay, because so water shortages will become very high. Because rain is not uniform. It is not raining all over the world uniformly. நேரத்துல மாதம் மும்மாரி பெய்யுது அப்படி சொல்லுவாங்களா அப்படிதான் இப்ப கிடையாது. கரெக்டா இல்லையா? You take our own business across the engineering industry. You get the pumps to make deep borewell, 1,000 feet, 1,500 feet, 3,000 feet borewells. We put a pump there, we pump water. Okay? Because water is not available and the quality of water is very bad when it comes from deep borewell. When the water, river water is there, the quality of water will be very good. So rising sea level we spoke. In general, the faster the climate change, the greater is the risk of damage. The mean sea level expected to rise 9 to 88 centimeter by the year 2100. By 2100, we will not have a Rameshwar. We have lost Rameshwar. Okay. So 100 centimeter means 1 meter. Around 1 meter means possibly we will lose Rameshwar. What is the height of Coimbatore from mean sea level? What is the height of Coimbatore from the mean sea level? What is the height of Kunur or Ooty from mean sea level? What is the height of Bangalore from mean sea level? What is the height of Chennai from the mean sea level? What is the height of Pondicherry from the mean sea level? What is the height of Netherlands from the mean sea level? These are all very important to understand. Okay. So Coimbatore is around 1,950 feet above mean sea level. It is around say 600 meters. Okay. So 500 to 600 meters from the mean sea level. That's why we enjoy chillness. Okay. Here I put a question for thought. During your break, you can think of when you are going from lower height to higher height, you are going towards sun. It should be heat only, it should be hot. Why when we go to Ooty, which is more say 6,000 feet away, high from mean sea level, it is chill. Can you believe that? பூமி கீழே இருந்து மேல போனா சூடாதானே ஆகும். சூரியனை நோக்கி நம்ம போறோம். அப்ப சூடாதானே ஆகும். ஆனா மேல போக போக ஊட்டியோ இல்ல ஹிமாலயன் ஹில்ஸ் அதெல்லாம் போக போக சில்லா இருந்தே ஏன்? Okay? You keep it up. Right? So we have a break here. We'll come back. 3:45. Thank you. We are still, in the fund of environment system. Okay. So this is what biodiversity spoke. So the definition of sustainability, sustainable development. So this is the United Nations definition. Development that needs the present. Development. We need car, we need aircraft travel, we need excellent trains like Vande Bharat, or even bullet trains. We are planning, Mumbai and Ahmedabad. It will come in 2028. More trains, more metro, in Coimbatore metro is required to, make our travel faster. Tourism has to be developed. We can't stop anything. We can't stop pursuing business. Yes, smoking may be dangerous, but we cannot do like this immediately. Direct loss of 5,000 employees, indirect loss of more than 40,000 employees lose their job, their livelihood. And the number of thousands of people will lose agriculture. So there are so many things. We can't stop anything. So sustainability is, so we have to see the development needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generation. Right? Now, Karanagi made a secretary of Payna Cost Control. So I never really get on now on the Karan, நான் எவ்வளவு சம்பாதிக்கிறேனோ எவ்வளவு என்னால திருப்பி கட்ட முடியுமோ அவ்வளவுதான் கட்டலாம். ஸோ அதான் பிளான் பண்ணலாம். இதுதான் சஸ்டைனபிள். That is what they do the environment also. So sustainable development encompasses three basic and interrelated objectives: economic security and prosperity. So பொருளாதார பாதுகாப்பு எல்லாரும் கம்ஃபர்டபுளா வாழணும். People should not have வறுமை இருக்கக்கூடாது. Okay. And prosperity. Also, people should grow. Social development and advancement. And socially, we have to develop. So, in the HR, we have studied Maslow's hierarchy of motivation. Basic needs to self-actualization. Social empowerment. Social needs, fulfillment of social needs, esteem needs. So the needs or need areas the social development and advancement is necessary. And environmental sustainability. We cannot discuss the environment. That is most important, which is the one that gives everything. Okay. So sustainable development and sustainability is used in both ways. The word can be the meaning can be the same. So inputs, where you will get inputs? Any activity will have input, process and output, right? So for example, you are cooking, you have vegetables, you are having fuel, you have desserts. These are all part of input. And you do cooking, that is a process. And you are getting food to eat, that is the output. So these are the process inputs such as fuel and energy resources. We spoke already. Fossil fuels. Oil has been used to get digging oil from rigging. Started in 1887, right? Rajaraja Cholan, he traveled all along from India to other countries like Indonesia, kind of places. As he had flight, what sort of fuel he used for ship? They used to ship, right? அப்ப என்ன fuel யூஸ் பண்ணாங்க? அப்ப பெட்ரோலியம் ப்ராடக்டே கிடையாது. பெட்ரோலியம் ப்ராடக்ட் அலெக்சாண்டர் he traveled thousands of kilometers. No fossil fuel then. Okay. So petrol, I told you already, is only 138 years old. So they use animal oils, mostly animal oil and vegetable oil. So non-renewable, they should be used only up to as far as they can be substituted in future. So we are taking fuel, mineral oil from the ground. There should be alternate fuel has to be generated for that. To that extent only you have to, pump out. So that should be the control over input. If 1000 liter எடுத்தா future ல 1000 லிட்டருக்கு அது ஈக்குவலன்ட் எனர்ஜி ஜெனரேட் பண்ணனும் நமக்கு there should be a new invention. To that extent only you can take it. Where they are renewable, they should be used up to the rate within which they can be renewed. So how renewable energy அப்படினா எவ்வளவு renew பண்ண முடியுமோ அவ்வளவு மட்டும் தான் யூஸ் பண்ணணும். Okay, there is a carbon credit mechanism today. In the world, who are the people who are releasing more CO2 today? Any idea? நிறைய CO2 release பண்ற country யாரு? Which country is China, okay. Direct answer. India. Okay, they are the ranks top 10. Who is the first? The first is US. Okay. United States. The population of India is 140 crores. You know, there is a saying globally. The population of India is 60 to 70%, let us say 16%. Globally, the geographical area of India is 4%. The geographical area of US is 60%. The population is 4% of the world. It is Utah. It means in India, 1 acre, 16% should live. Whereas in US, for 4 people, 16 acres should be there. For 1 person, 4 acres should be there. So they are having abundant amount of resources. So they exploit. You know, in US, people have swimming pool in their home. They will have 4 cars, one for office, one for shopping, one for say picnic or going to beach. In India, one family will have 1 car. For 4 people, 1 car. Even if everybody bought a car, that is a problem. There is a discussion in Bangalore, right? Very recently, Shivkumar, the deputy CM, was in news. He was telling that the traffic in Bangalore is better than traffic in London. Okay. They found in Bangalore for every citizen, say 1 year old child is also citizen. For every citizen, there is a vehicle, either 2-wheeler or a car. The highest number of vehicles are available in Bangalore. You know, traffic problems in Bangalore. There is a bridge between Electronic City to Silport. It is around 9 kilometers. Sometimes the traffic jam happens in the bridge. Hundreds of people lose their flight. Okay, because the trains, the traffic will be clear after 3 to 4 hours. And more kidney failures are there in Bangalore because of traffic. Okay, the bladders are full, 3 to 4 hours people are in the road, which they are taking too much. So these are all scientific evidences in Bangalore. So we have to think of how much we can. So geographically our area is less, the population is more. Okay, accordingly we have to judiciously use our energy resources. Globally, US is number 1, China is number 2, India is number 3. India is number 3 because of more population. Okay, so that is the reason behind. So renewable energy we should think of before consuming energy. So always take cold water bath is good for the Indians. Always good. And taking bath in the running water is always good. You are in Tirunelveli, in the bank of Tamil, you take the bath in the running water. It is always safe and good for the environment. So output, production and consumption should not overtake ecosystem or the assimilation capacity of the ecosphere. So we should not overload, and there is some slide, later. So Earth overshooting day is a calculation. It means you buy future from the Earth. So இன்னைக்கு அடுத்த வருஷத்துல இருந்து நம்ம கதை வாங்கிடணும் பூமி கிட்ட. அது மாதிரிலாம் நடக்குது. Okay. So we see that. So sustainable development, we should think of input and output. We should not overburden the Earth. That is most important. Okay. So this definition is come by a French scientist. Okay, Professor Agassiz. Central International Research on Environment. So he has given the definition, and it is a base for United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. If you go, if you ask Google, it will tell you 17 SDGs, 17 Sustainable Development Goals that has been formed very recently. Okay, you see that also. So we'll, this area, the slides are there, you can read because it's a theoretical part. Okay. So you are seeing the equipment, how quickly it can cut trees. Okay, you are seeing Jadhav, who built a forest of 1,360 acres. Now how many years? More than 40 years. At the age of 60, he started. He's around 60 plus now. Okay, he's alive. He's not stopped. Okay. So, all of the card is number in the Vishnu Chaitanya, or water calculation, or summer vacation. You can make a forest into desert. Okay. So, making is taking so much time. You will see so many roads, national highways are coming. That is economic prosperity. It's good for the country. For the road, I don't know, madam may be knowing, the Metropolitan Road was highly green. Veila Bhagavad Production Road and Metropolitan Road, say 15-20 years back. And the road was made by British government in the concrete road area. So, Nigala Bhagavad Our government and the Marana enters. Anyway, road is required. Otherwise, there accident. Number of accidents have come down. That's good actually. At the same time, the temperature of Coimbatore is gone up. Okay, so எத்தனை மரங்கள் எடுத்தாங்களோ அந்த மரங்கள் சாப்பிடக்கூடிய கார்பன் டை ஆக்சைடை வேற எங்கேயாவது சாப்பிடுற மாதிரி நம்ம வச்சு. That is the responsibility of National Highway Authority. They are accountable. இதுதான் கவர்மெண்ட் சொல்லுது, அப்பதான் அந்த ப்ராஜெக்ட் கொடுக்குது. அவங்க சொல்றாங்க செய்யறாங்களான்னு தெரியாது. செஞ்சாங்கன்னா it will be sustained. Okay. So what is not sustainability? We are seeing sustainability. What is not sustainability? Greenwashing, short-term profit maximization. நாடு எப்படியா கேட்டு போட்டோம், என்வரன்மெண்ட் எப்படியாவது போட்டோம், ஐ வாண்ட் டு மேக் மணி அப்படின்னு ஏதாவது ப்ராஜெக்ட் பண்ணா then it is not sustainable. Business cannot survive. Single issue solution, either environmental or social or economic. You see what is the difference? அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு issue based activity பண்ணா that is not sustainability. So solution should be related to environment, social and economic. The more economic growth இருக்கணும், பொருளாதாரத்துல நம்ம வளரணும், social activity should grow and the environment also to be taken care. All these things are taken together only with sustainability, otherwise it is not sustainable. Greenwashing, this is कोई சொல்ல, நான் நல்லா பண்ணிட்டேன், சொன்னா இல்லையா? So என்ன செய்ய? ஊட்டி போற ரோட்ல எவ்வளவு மரம் எடுத்தீங்க? 1000 மரம் எடுத்தீங்க. அந்த 1000 வந்து 10,000 மரம் நம்ம வச்சுட்டீங்களோ? வச்சுட்டோம். ஆனா அப்படி என்ன இருக்காது. அந்த மாதிரி போய் சொல்லுவாங்க, தப்பா ரெக்கார்ட் எழுதி வைக்கிறது, அதெல்லாம் கிரீன் வாஷிங். தட் இஸ் நாட் சஸ்டைனபிள். Ignoring social equity. Social equity is very important. Diversity people are talking about. Social equity is also very important. So, economically, only rich should not become rich, poor should not become poor, other poor. So, everybody should grow. That is most important. If that is not taken, then it is not sustainability. Not paying attention to long-term consequences. What will happen after 100 years? What will happen after 30 years? அதெல்லாம் பார்க்காம இருக்கிறது சஸ்டைனபிலிட்டி. பிசினஸ் as usual. நான் பேசுவான், அப்பா அதெல்லாம் நடக்காது, இதெல்லாம் செய்ய முடியாது அப்படின்னு பேசுறது, that is not sustainability. You should take care. Okay. So, how many cylinders are being given to home every year now in government of India? What is the number of permitted LPG gas cylinders with the subsidy? தெரியுமா? இந்த LPG cylinders 3 சிலிண்டர் கேட்டாலும் தர மாட்டாங்க. தெரியுமா உங்களுக்கு? ஒரு மாசத்துக்கு ஒரு வருஷத்துக்கு 12 சிலிண்டர் தான் சப்சிடியோட கொடுப்போம். அதுவும் 10 lakhs ரெவென்யூ கிளியர் இருக்கவங்களுக்கு தான் சப்சிடி. Those who are earning more than 10 lakhs, they will not get subsidy. If you consume only 6 cylinders food, how much really you need? That is the only extent you have to consume. Because you have given 12 cylinders, it is not your right to consume. Only for the need you have to consume. That is most important. So, அதான் சிலிண்டர் 12 சிலிண்டர் கொடுக்கலாம், சும்மா நான் ஏறி காட்டி நினைக்கிறேன். Okay. So, sustainability means all these 4 factors. Environment should be taken care, resources and energy, and the economics, economical growth and social sustainability. All these 4 are important. Okay. Social means interaction between people and other beings, not only people. Understand? No. For Madhya Pradesh, we have got a cheetah from Africa. They introduced some cheetah from Africa to Madhya Pradesh forest to develop cheetah in India. அதுக்கு வந்து நிறைய சர்வைவல் நிறைய இருந்துச்சு. கரெக்டா இல்லையா? எறும்பு உண்மைங்க நம்ம ஒரு பீ அது இப்போ கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா காணாம போறோம். அது தேடணும். They are spending lakhs and lakhs to sustain them. So all living beings is not called a natural selection process. On the natural selection process, it must be allowed disturbance number of problem. Society there will be so much problem. One elephant in its lifetime, it can create 100 forests. And you and me can make it. நம்மளால முடியுமா? அது ஒரு யானை பண்ணுமா? ஸோ சாதாரணமாக ஒரு ட்ரெயின் அடிச்சுட்டு கரெக்டா இல்லையா? ஸோ நீங்க ட்ரெயின் போனாலும் போய் ஒரு ஆள் நீங்க அடிச்சா டிரைவர் பனிஷ்மெண்ட் இல்லை, லோக்கோ பைலட். whereas if we hit the elephant, that's a punishable offense. So elephants are more powerful than human beings in certain area. Okay. So SDGs is what we have to the subject behind. 17 SDGs are there. Set of 17 goals by the United Nations in 2015 to end the poverty, protect the planet, and ensure prosperity for all. ESG factors are the set of criteria used to measure the sustainability and the responsible business practices of the companies. That is, there are the SDGs. You see that? These are the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, formed by United Nations. And many countries, including India, signed that we will implement all these environmental SDGs. Okay? To study no poverty, that is the first goal. So it is related to what? No poverty is related to economics as well as social sustainability. Zero hunger. பசி இல்லாம இருக்கணும், zero hunger. Not only for human beings, it is for all living beings. And good health and well-being. People should not have disease and injury problems. Quality education, that is most important. And gender equality. Okay. So in those days, my mother is typically illiterate. She cannot sign it. She had a bank account and everything, but she cannot sign. Today, is there anybody in Tamil Nadu? The education is excellent. There are 500 engineering colleges in India. In Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu alone is around 440 engineering colleges. Okay, education is important, and the gender equality. Most of the colleges that we visit for our recruitment, we see more than 50% women. Okay. When we were in school, the ratio will be 1:4, 1:5 in a village, or 1. But there will be 5 boys. Out of 50 students, only 10 students will be girls. That's what the ratio is. Today, it is at par in Tamil Nadu, but states like Bihar, it is even very less. So gender equality and the clean water sanitation, cleanliness, affordable and clean energy. Energy should be there and it should be clean. Petrol energy is a clean or dirty? It's pure or impure? It is impure because it generates a fossil fuel, it generates CO2. Whereas solar power, wind power, hydro energy, water, upper Bhavani is converted into electrical energy using hydel power station. Okay, hydel power plant in hydraulic power plant in Ooty. Okay, so those are all clean energy. Okay, so affordable and clean energy, and everybody should get it. Every house should be connected with electricity. That's also important. And decent work and economic growth. Work should be decent. People should love working. Okay. And industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Excellent roads, excellent railway tracks, good airports, everything, telecommunication facility, all infrastructure should be there. Everybody should have shelter of their own. So industry, innovation and infrastructure. Reduce the inequalities. Inequalities should not be there. Economic, social, everything. And sustainable cities and the communities. Cities should be sustainable. This is a very big challenge in India. The whole Chennai is in pain now. If the rain comes, what will do? Okay. So 1 hour rain continuously flooded. The road is flooded. Okay, that should not happen. Sustainability in the city is a problem. And responsible consumption and the production. Consumption should be responsible. You might have seen the WhatsApp. In functions you can see. In functions, now the food is okay, right? Mostly dinner is okay dinner. What is the purpose of buffet? You should take what you want to eat. Whatever taken by you should be eaten by you. Correct? That is the purpose, right? If you eat there, you can take 4 idli, 5 idli, 1 idli, half idli also. Half idli is okay. 1 idli you can take. People take 4 idli, eat 1 idli, throw 3 idlis. Is it okay? Is it okay? Not okay. Okay. And the energy, that is also energy, right? So that should not be wasted. So responsible consumption. In other countries, you don't have right to waste. You cannot generate waste. There will be taxes for more wastage if you generate. Okay, you cannot waste. You order something, you are not eating full, whatever balance is the plate will be packed and given to you. Because there is no dustbin there. Here, more than 10% of food is being wasted. Curry means we buy. For sure, we go and fight with the vendor and buy. You throw everywhere. And it is claimed to be very good iron for the body. Okay, carotenoids are the good for blood. Okay, so we are wasting. So responsible consumption production. What happened in Tanjore now? Because of rain, tons and tons of rice has been paddy has been wasted. So it is not properly stored. Okay, so more production is also dangerous. We should know how much we have to produce. You produce more paddy, we produce more sugar cane, right? And we produce less amount of oil seeds. So we import oil. And we spend a huge forex for our oil. Most of forex in India is spent for either fossil fuel or for human fuel like edible oils. Okay. Around 80% of edible oil is being imported. So if you can cultivate more oil seeds, the import will be reduced. Our forex will be very good. Our economy will go up. And climate action. Life below water, life on land, peace and justice, strong institutions. Okay, peace and justice, strong institutions, not both all other institutions like the CIA and the other institutions are stronger, including your own associations. Okay, and partnership for all the goals. For all these goals, partnership should be there. You understand, no? Every day Mr. Trump is in news. Okay, he is telling I am talking war. War between Gaza and Israel, war between Ukraine and Russia. And you know, the war may be there between Afghanistan and Pakistan, you don't know. Okay, everywhere here and there is a trouble. You know what is the cost of a flight? What is the cost of a flight where people fly? Let's say, let us take the case of Air India plane got crashed in Ahmedabad. What is the cost of flight? A Boeing aircraft. You know, just try no. Try some number. Euro crores. Huh? 5 crores. Okay. 5 crores. 2,000 crores. 140 crores. Okay. So Ashok Leyland bus, I know that takes you between your university to Kandipuram. Ordinary bus costs around 40 to 45 lakhs. Ordinary bus. A good bus, very recently, the low level buses have come now. That cost us around 75 lakhs. Volvo bus, you travel no? Tinavali and all, Omni buses, Volvo bus, or Bharat Benz bus. That cost us around 2 to 3 crores. Okay. On the aircraft, engine, the aircraft is only 2 engines. One engine costs us 150 crores. Normally, passenger flight will have 2 engines. So, engine itself is 300 crores. So, one flight, passenger flight is ordinary facility. Will cost around 1,200 to 1,300 crores. Okay. Aircraft used for war normally will cost around 500 to 600 crores. And in a minute it will be destroyed in a war. Okay, Operation Sindhu we spoke. They talk about numbers. 7 Rafales aircrafts have been destroyed. Pakistan plane or something. Somebody, the news keep coming. So in war, ordinary war, will take more than 1 lakh crore. Ordinary war of about a week. In Ramayana there is a war, right? In Mahabharata there is a war. Yes or no? Drama in how many days war? 3 months. In Israel or Russia, the number of the war days are in years. How many days war in Mahabharata? 18 days. And in the 18th day only one person died. Duryodhana. All the rest have expired in 17 days, including Karna. Okay, Bhishma, everybody. And the Mahabharata says, after the war, there were only 7 people alive who have participated in the war. All others expired. Okay, 5 plus 2 they came. 5 from Pandava, 2 from the opponent. There is only 18 days. And in Ramayana it is even less. The whole of Sri Lanka has been destroyed. The war between Ram and Ram has taken only 8 days. So think of more number of days of war, how much money will be lost. So war should not happen. So peace, that is what? Peace and justice, strong institutions. If the United Nations is very strong, it should stop the war. Right? Everybody contribute money for the United Nations, for the institution, but they cannot stop war. So that is the purpose of this SDG. So in the SDG globally United Nations it is meant for country. India also signed that we will implement all these SDGs. And India will become net zero in CO2 and net zero carbon footprint in 2070. That's what India signed. Indirect we will become net zero. Okay. So that is related to this SDGs. Okay. The SDGs are the individual organizations like a company, like your university, implement they will be converted into ESGs, environmental social governance. Okay. So very recently, if you book a ticket for a train or something else, central government giving some pledge. There will be integrity pledge. So on the integrity pledge is related to governance, ethics, code of conduct. Paper ethics, code of conduct, professional ethics. Shivaji Padakal Solar. Cinema Lavana, Radin and Solar. Yedapati, Kasumani, photo booth, professional ethics. So professional ethics are cinema joke. But organizations, professional ethics, code of conduct, conflict of interest, these are all related to anti-bribery, anti-corruption. These are all related to governance. And social is, we should not disturb other people, other society, other state, other village, other city. Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kaveri issue. And Krishna issue. There is a difference between Andhra and Karnataka related to industrial attraction. In the state of a company, so there should be some ethics, governance issues should not be there, social issues should not be there. So other than environmental social governance is there. So in the every form action is there. So water and marine resources, environmental factors, biodiversity and ecosystem, circular economy. So Panamaria or America Pandi, circular economy, say for example, we take fossil fuel from Arabia and we generate a waste in India. So எங்கிருந்து வந்ததோ அந்த இடத்துக்கு திரும்ப போகாம டம்ப் ஆகுது ஒரு இடத்துல. டம்ப் ஆச்சுன்னா என்ன ஆகும்? There's a problem. So எங்க ஜெனரேட் ஆகுதோ அங்கே திரும்ப That is called related to circular economy. So அதுதான் விக்சித் பாரத் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு டெர்மினாலஜி இந்தியா you are talking, right? Make in India for Indians. You have to make in India for Indians. We should not import from other country. இப்போ நிறைய import பண்ணா என்ன ஆகும்? நம்ம சொல்லுவாங்க we are buying more oil, we import no, இப்போ fossil fuel we import around 80% and we consume here. We generate more carbon dioxide which is circulating around us. You know, Delhi people are talking, Delhi, the pollution is very high, 4 times the threshold limit. Maximum pollution எவ்வளோ இருக்கலாமோ அதெல்லாம் அது மாதிரி 4 மடங்கு இருக்க மாட்டேங்குது. People will get cancer. So I need balance. அதனால அதெல்லாம் டீசல் வெஹிக்கிள்ஸே கிடையாது, டீசல் பஸ்ஸஸே கிடையாது டெல்லி. Still pollution is very high. So அந்த மாதிரி சர்க்குலர் எக்கானமி அந்த கான்செப்ட் எல்லாம் environmental. Social factors, company finance, the workforce needs and demographic and those future challenges. Social factors like satellite the problem வந்து அது environmental social problem வந்து இப்போ அதே தூத்துக்குடியில they are trying to start a company because their economical status has gone down, employees lost their job. So என்ன பண்ணணும், ஸ்டெர்லைட் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி இருக்கணும், ஆனா பொல்யூஷன் ஜெனரேட் பண்ணக்கூடாது. They have to utilize the pollutants and the mixed with the environment. Other exclude பண்ணணும். If that happens, then the problem cannot be there. So these are all related to social factors. The union is out. Okay. And other things, social activities and the functions, and the functions innovative disturb பண்ணக்கூடாது. Dharna, strike, all these processes are related to social activity. Okay. There are positivity, there are negativity. Both are, few things are good which are good for the society, which are to be eliminated. Land acquisition issues. Road model சொன்னா வேண்டாம். கரெக்டா இல்லையா? So 5 lane road போடுற ஒரு NH போடணும்னா வேண்டாம். கரெக்டா இல்லையா? அப்ப ரோடு வேண்டாம்னா ஒரு டிரான்ஸ்போர்ட் எப்படி நல்லா இருக்கும்? அது நடக்காது இல்ல. 10 கிலோமீட்டர் போறதுக்கு பதிலா 40 கிலோமீட்டர் ட்ரெக் போகும், சுத்திட்டு போகும், ஷார்ட் ரூட் இல்லாம. Okay. So economic prosperity வேணும்னா social activity இந்த மாதிரி negative activity should be eliminated. Okay. So other factors, consumer information related impacts the personal safety, social inclusion. Safety is also very important. Okay. Nirbhaya case, very recently the problem in West Bengal, even very recently also there is another case in West Bengal. So social security, safety, all these things are related to social factors. From business code of conduct, governance factors. This is what we spoke there. Corporate culture, whistleblower model, political engagement, management of relationship, corruption, bribery. So இதெல்லாம் should be taken care. That is related to governance. Okay, improving post committee grievance letters to forum. These are all related to governance. So இது மாதிரி பிரிச்சு organizations கொடுப்பாங்க. So SDG goals are converted into organizational goals. Okay, related to ESG. இதற்கு பேலன்ஸ் பண்ணினா sustainability இல்லனா non sustainability will be there. There will be a problem. Okay, read about behind behavior careful ara padikkum. It is excellent lesson for leadership. The purpose behind the queen is the behind. But the role of behind the role of queen. Other you will understand what is the purpose behind leadership and social governance things like that. Okay. So these are all whatever theory part you can go through. Environmental responsibilities, social responsibilities. The எல்லாமே இந்த கோல்ஸ்ல 17 SDGs ல இந்த கோல்ஸ்ல வரும். Okay. இதெல்லாம் this governance is also related to அந்த sustainable goals ல வரும். Okay. criteria, அந்த criteria எப்படி measure பண்றது, இதுக்கெல்லாம் organizations will have goals. Okay, if you come to our company or if you go through the annual report of companies like Infosys, it is readily available in the website. Okay, you can go through the annual report of TCS, company like Infosys or Reliance, listed company oda annual report illa adala ESG goals பத்தி எல்லாம் எழுதிருப்பாங்க. How they will achieve, what is their target, everything. Okay, so there are so many organizations that is working seriously to improve sustainability. Okay, one such organization is Sanitation First. And the Sanitation First illa nariya madam Padma Priya Bhaskar, she is aiding more people. She has done so many projects in the name of Sanitation First. Our project first video part. So with this we will conclude. Do not worry. With this video we will conclude.
தமிழ்நாட்டின் கடலூர் மாவட்டத்தில் இந்த கிராமத்தில் இருக்கும் கிராமத்தை நேரடி நிலக்கரி சுரங்கத்தில் இருக்கும் விவசாயம் செய்யும் இந்த 100 கோடி மக்கள் கடந்த செப்டம்பர் 22ஆம் தேதி பிரபல எழுத்தாளர் அசோகமித்திரன் விமர்சையாக கொண்டாடினர். ஆந்திர மாநிலம் சிகந்தராபாத்தில் இருந்து தன் வாழ்நாள் பெரும் பகுதியை சென்னையில் கழித்த சாகித்ய அகாடமி விருது பெற்ற அசோகமித்திரன் இந்த கிராமத்தில் திரு அசோகமித்திரன் 1952ஆம் ஆண்டு சென்னையில்
கஷ்டம்னா அவ்வளவு கட்டியும் ராத்திரிலாம் குழந்தைலாம் தூங்கவே தூங்குவாரு. எல்லாருமே வந்து குழந்தைலாம் தனி
அவருடைய எழுத்துக்கள் நிறைய கதைகள், நாவல்கள், அந்த தண்ணீரை பற்றி அவருக்கு இருந்த அக்கறையும் இதையும் கல்ச்சரையும் அதை வந்து அதில் வெளிப்படுத்திருக்காரு.
திரு அசோகமித்திரன் குமரிமுனை கிராமத்திற்கு வடநாட்டில் சானிடேஷன் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நிறுவனத்தால் ஆற்றல் நீர் வளர்ப்பு குறைக்கும் இவ்வூரில் உள்ள தொழிலாளர்கள் மூலம் அனைத்து தேவைகளையும் ஆனால் இந்த பராமரிப்பு பணிகளும் நீர் வந்து வெளியேறும் ஆகும் நீர் நிற்க முடியாத நிலையில் குப்பை கிடக்கும் குளத்தின் கரைகள் ஆக்கிரமிக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறது.
குளத்தை சீரமைக்கணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி தொடர்பு பண்ணும்போது எங்களுக்கு முதல்ல இந்த குடிமுறை அதுக்கு காரணம் என்னன்னா இங்க வந்து பல ஆண்டுகளா நாங்க வேலை செஞ்சு 350க்கும் மேற்பட்ட ஈகோசென்ட் டாய்லெட்ஸ் கட்டியிருக்கோம். ஓவர் டேங்க், ஸ்கூல் டாய்லெட்ஸ், இது மூலமா அவங்க 1 லட்சத்துக்கும் மேற்பட்ட லிட்டர் தண்ணியை வந்து ஒரு நாள்ல சேவிங்க பழகி இருக்காங்க. இங்க இந்த குளத்தை சீரமைக்கிறது மூலமா இதை பாதுகாப்பாங்க, இந்த தண்ணீர் மூலமா இந்த ஈகோசிஸ்டம் இம்ப்ரூவ் ஆகும் அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காகவே குடிமுறையை தேர்ந்தெடுத்து இந்த வேலையை நாங்க இங்கே செஞ்சோம்.
முதல் கட்டமாக குளத்தில் நீர் வெளியேற்றப்பட்ட தூர்வாரம் நீர் வெளியேறும் பாதைகள் சரி செய்யப்பட்டன. வடமத்திலிருந்து மேற்கு சுமக்கும் பணிகளாக வந்து புதிய பெரிய பணிகளாக இந்த பணிகள் குறித்து பொதுமக்கள் பயன்பாட்டிற்கான திரு அசோகமித்திர குழுமத்திடம் 2019ஆம் ஆண்டு செப்டம்பர் மாதம் பயன்படுத்த போது மற்ற பகுதிகளில் செப்பரேட் கொரோனா 36 மணிகள் மூடப்பட்டன. குழந்தைகள் எந்தவித தொந்தரவும் தங்கள் காலங்களை பயன்படுத்தாமல் குளத்தை சுற்றி பெஞ்சுகள் அமைக்கப்பட்டன. அவை குழந்தைகளுக்கும் பெரியவர்களுக்கும் 2021ஆம் ஆண்டு குளத்தின் கிழக்கு மற்றும்
அதிகோட தண்ணி வந்து ரீசார்ஜ் ஆயிடுது.
மக்கள் மகிழ்ச்சியுடன் கொடுக்கவும் நீர் பிடிக்கவும் ஆடு மாடுகளின் நீரவும் படிக்கவும் ஆர்வம்
கிராம மக்கள் வந்து இந்த குளத்தை நல்லா ஆசை பெரியவர்கள் மட்டும் இல்ல சிறுவர்கள் முதியவர்கள் எல்லாரும் வந்து ஒன்று சேர்ந்தா நிச்சயமா வந்து இந்த குளம் வந்து ரொம்ப நாள் வந்து நல்லா இருக்கும் அப்படிங்கிற நம்பிக்கை எனக்கு இருக்கு.
எங்கெங்கோ வந்து தங்கள் கிராமக்குள்ள சீரழிய காரணம் சோதனை அவர்கள் உருவாக்கி கொண்டார். அவர்கள் முன்னோராவது திறனாலே ஊர் மக்கள் ஒன்று குழந்தைகள் கடைசியாக குமரி உள்ள பிள்ளையார் கோவில் குழந்தை இருந்து தன்மை கொண்டிருந்த முன் பின் தெரியாத பல மாணவர்களை குடும்பங்களாக கடிதத்துடன் பலவளர்த்துக் கொண்டிருக்கிறது.
இந்த ப்ராஜெக்ட் பண்ண பத்மபிரியா பாஸ்கர் கோயம்புத்தூர்ல கொடுத்தாங்க. அவங்க வந்து ஒரு பெரிய கம்பெனில சிஎஃப்ஓ லெவல்ல இருந்தவங்க. இந்த வேலையை விட்டுட்டு இந்த மாதிரி சொசைட்டி சர்வீஸ் பண்ணணும் வந்து ஜியோவோட வேலை பண்றாங்க. சானிடேஷன் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஸ்டார்டட். You know, you have seen, no? During Corona, they were working on this project. They were taken life risk. Yeah? So, in the village, our government school and award வாங்கிட்டாங்க. So, it's not only making money and living and having our own cars, our own facilities like. So, Padmapriya Bhaskar is one such person. She has written a book, Colloquium Session. She is a writer also. She is renovating many temples. 1000 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னால அந்த கோயில்கள் எல்லாம் எடுத்து புனரமைக்கிறாங்க, எல்லாம் பண்றாங்க. So individuals can make great changes. உங்களை கூட நிறைய பேர் அந்த மாதிரி கொண்டு வரலாம். So you can make your own team, you can make your organization, anybody can make it for a sustainable future. Okay. So the presentation is with you, you can make use of, you can understand. You know, I think you are not used for this. Right? So, future is yours. India is a great country. Indians are so powerful for the next 50-20 years, provided you are developing your skills with a good intention to develop. Right? Your life is so good. Thank you for your time.
For your insightful words on sustainability is highly engaging for all of us. We deeply appreciate you for sharing your time and expertise.
I invite Surya to deliver the word.
Good evening, everyone. As we come to the end of this insightful colloquium, this is my privilege to deliver the vote of thanks. First and foremost, I would like to express a heartfelt gratitude to our chief guest, Mr. A.S. Somasundaram sir. Thank you, sir, for gracing this event with your presence and for sharing your valuable insights that truly inspire us, sir. A special thanks to our Professor Dr. K. Malarmadi Ma'am, Director in charge of BS MED, for this continuous encouragement and support to our Colloquium Coordinator Dr. G. Bharani Ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. When dedicated efforts made this event possible. To all the speakers and the participants, your contributions and the enthusiasm brought life to today's session. We are thankful for this active participation and the thoughtful questions. A big thank you to the organizing team and the volunteers who worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make this event smooth and success. Last but not the least, thank you to all the students and the attendees for being such an engaged audience. Thank you.
Thank you for